We also expose a con man, a particularly nasty form of financial bloodsucker because he preys on and he exploits young people. Charlie Amir takes advantage of hopeful entertainers trying to make it in a tough industry. He is a nightclub promoter and he is a shonk. As Jackie Christ reports tonight, he books young bands and then doesn't pay them. He even rips off people who are supposed to be friends.
You are finished, Charlie. You are the most corrupt man I have ever met.
To the core, I feel the floor. When I'm on stage, yo, you ask for more.
You owe me $5,000. You even had the gall not to hire equipment and for DJing at the Palace.
No, there's no limit.
The guy is just an insult to our industry. He's just, that's all you can say.
Y'all here to think got to be the place to be, y'all.
Wayne Fernandez is one of Melbourne's most respected disc jockeys.
And gangster, we'll keep y'all posted.
Rap, soul, hip-hop, funk. Black music is booming. But according to Wayne and many others in the industry, one man is giving their music a bad name. This man, 34-year-old nightclub promoter Charlie Amir, known around the traps as Charlie Black and more commonly Charlie Black Box.
How many people do you think Charlie owes money to?
I couldn't count. Like every day I bump into more people. Every time I mention Charlie's name, it's like, oh no, you've been burned by him as well. It's like, it just goes on and on. I couldn't put a figure to it.
Hey, you are a rip-off! You give us a bad name! Brother!
How much money does he owe you?
All up, he owes me approximately $5,000. We hired lighting and sound equipment for a few gigs that he'd done in South Yarra. And also I was DJing for him, so thinking everything was okay, supplied him again the following week, only to find out that both the checks had bounced and there was never any money in the account. I've written it off. I've well and truly written it off. I feel more sorry for people like John Cassar and the other people, more so for John Cassar because he lost everything.
You owe me $15,000 now, including more interest each week.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You owe me money. Where is it?
As well.
You've been ripping off groups, you owe everybody, you owe Wayne money. Where is it?
I'd spent about 3 or 4 years working together, and I thought, well, for now I thought I could trust him, which that money was going towards my house deposit.
These people asked us to come along with them today.
Who is these people?
Me.
And about 6-7 months down the line, my girlfriend and I decided to go for a house. He said, look, I can't pay you this week, I'll give you half the money next week and half the following week. Then 2 weeks went by, 4 weeks went by, and where's the money, Charlie?
How much money does he owe you?
If you added the interest he was supposed to be paying me, that should be telling up around $15,000, $16,000 now.
John and Wayne say it's bad enough that Charlie conned them. But what angers them even more is that he's ripping off kids trying to make it in the industry.
They're extremely talented. I run a non-profit organisation. Primarily, the objective of that organisation being Tinseltown is to help young people like these people that can't afford to go through fancy schools or they can't afford to have really expensive song and dance lessons or whatever, but they're naturally talented. And that's why people like Charlie are undoing everything that I'm trying to do.
He didn't pay us, and then he opened up another nightclub at the Palace, at the Bay, and we chased him after there, and he goes, basically he's not going to pay us, and he said, sue me, and what can we do, because it's like a handshake deal.
I believe we're a pretty good bunch of people, and when people like that come along and just sort of like puts us down, it sort of like really, it takes advantage of us, I should say. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart. For me, for me.
A week ago, Charlie advertised up-and-coming young band Timpani to appear at a nightclub he was promoting. But little did the crowd know the band had never been booked.
For me, for me.
Charlie then has made a lot of money out of these kids. They hadn't agreed to appear, false advertising. He's done this with several groups.
Early last year, Charlie Amir opened his own nightclub, Soul Studio, but it collapsed after only 5 months. He moved down the road and started Broadway on Collins, but that also collapsed.
And today, Charlie promotes other people's clubs. They say he's raking in thousands of dollars every week, but still can't afford to pay his bills.
Some things must last.
KPS Jam band members have also been stung in their many dealings with conman Charlie.
Every dealing with him it was like, as you go along, negotiations, you know, the night wasn't too good last week, let's work something else this week, sort of thing. And yeah, after the gig has been performed, that you're getting short pay.
He was a friend, you know, and we trusted him as much as we could, and obviously took advantage of that trust.
Charlie also owes at least 3 major companies, including Carlton and United Breweries, nearly $20,000. His companies, Black Music and Entertainment and Black is Black, are still in operation, and he apparently leads the good life in the prestigious Melbourne suburb of Toorak.
You see, me, I don't like Charlie Black Box. I'm Mama Funk, they don't like Charlie Black Box.